Hey everybody, welcome back to That Smoking. Zach here. Today we're going to be smoking some delicious pork belly or some BLT sandwiches. So come along with me as we get it done. Let's go. Alright, so I've got a nice pork belly here I got from the grocery store. It's a little bit on the smaller side, but that's okay because we're not making a lot of food. I'm just making a couple of sandwiches here. So I'm going to get this trimmed up. I think I'm going to cut it into 5 strips and then get those seasoned up. Today I'm using a Tony Sassery's Creole seasoning. It's one of my favorites. I haven't had it in a while, so I'm kind of excited to get this smoked up with some of that Creole seasoning. It really is just delicious. So we'll get this out there and get it smoking. Should take about 3 hours. Not too bad. And then I'm gonna bring it in, and you'll see I'm gonna finish it off in my Discata pan. It's a big flat pan that was. It's made out of a plow disc. I picked it up while I was living in Texas. Haven't really been able to use it, so I think this is a perfect occasion, and I'll show you how I do that as soon as I get these off the smoker. So let's go. So the pit is up to temperature. I've got it just a little bit below 400 degrees. I was hoping to get some grill marks on the fat side of this pork belly. You'll see that I kind of got a few marks, but it could have been a little hotter for that, but no big deal. So we'll get these flipped over here in just a second, and we'll let it sit and smoke for 2 hours, and then we'll come back, see how it is, and maybe cook it for another 45 minutes to an hour, and we should be ready to pull it off. So you'll notice I'm cooking on my Pit Boss today, my pellet smoker. It's been raining like crazy, so it's been hard to set up either my Weber or my big pit. So I just uncovered this one, plugged it in, and we were ready to go in about 30 minutes. You just can't beat it, especially when you're in a pinch or if it's been raining or something like it's been here. Just nice to plug it in and kind of go as soon as it comes up to temp. Alright, now we're smoking. Let's get this lid closed and we'll be back. So the pork has been on for a little while. I'm going to go ahead and get some of my prep work done here. I like really thin sliced lettuce on my sandwich, so that's why I'm using this really sharp boning knife. It just really makes those thin slices that I like. It works when you don't have a mandolin or something like that to do it. Just a pro tip there for you. It also works really well on thin sliced or perfectly sliced tomatoes, and I'll show you that here in just a moment. Look at this beautiful tomato I got from the grocery store. Oh man, this is awesome. This is going to be incredible in my sandwich. Alright, now that we got our lettuce and tomatoes prepped up, let's go ahead and check on the pork. It's been about 2 hours, and we should be looking pretty good here, which we are. Got some nice color going there, and the temperature's still up there. I'm kind of cooking these kind of fast, which is okay because I've cut them up into smaller pieces, so we're cooking at a good temperature. They feel really soft. What I'll do is get them just kind of positioned here, and then I'll come back out a little later, and we'll get a temperature in about 45 minutes, maybe an hour, and they should be ready to get pulled off. So I'll be back out to check on these in just a little bit. They're looking good for now. Alright, so it's been another hour. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll check the temperature on these. I'm pretty sure they're ready to come off. They're super tender. They smell incredible. So we'll just make sure everything's good here, which it does look like we're good to go. And we'll get these pulled off and get them inside. I'm going to fry the fat side in a little bit of the beef tallow that I made from my brisket cook. And I'll show you guys how I do that here in just a minute. These pork belly slices are looking delicious, and I can tell as I put them on the plate that fat side has definitely gotten some crisp to it from the smoke process and the high temperature that I've been cooking it at. I can't wait to get these inside. I'm going to cook it on my discata pan, or my what I call the cowboy griddle, and I'm going to cook that in a little bit of tallow from my brisket cook. Can't wait. Come check it out. Let's go. So I've got my discata pan heating up here, or my cowboy griddle. I'm going to go ahead and scoop in about 3 or 4 tablespoons of my beef tallow that I've saved from my brisket cook here. It's not going to take very long to heat this up. I'm not doing much, and that pan's already pretty hot. So let's get it boiling, and then we'll get our pork belly put into the pan, fat side down, obviously, as we're trying to make somewhat of a chicharron. Look at that, melting easy, just like butter. Fat, technically. Oh my God, it smells incredible. It's like I'm cooking the brisket again. Oh my God, would you listen to that sizzle? We're taking this to Crispy Town. Absolutely delicious. I wish you could smell this. I'm pretty happy the way this pan is working out. It's the first time I've used it. It's really meant to be putting out on my pit on open fire, but since it's really wet outside and slippery, I decided it would probably be safer just to do it this way today. But I removed the griddle on my stovetop there, and it fit perfectly. So pretty happy the way this is turning out. Shouldn't take long, and then I can go ahead and make my sandwich, and I'll show you doing that. We'll do a little taste test. All right, everybody, our pork belly is done. We had it on the pellet smoker for about 3 hours. I went ahead and pulled it off. I let it rest for about 20 minutes, and then I went ahead and heated up some of my beef tallow from my brisket cook in a disc pan, which I'll show you in the video, and or which you should have seen in the video. And I cooked the fat side down. Got a little bit of a crisp here, almost like bacon. So I'm going to chop these up, and then we're going to make our pork belly, lettuce, tomato sandwiches with avocado and mayo and sriracha. So let's get to it. So I've got a nice French baguette here. So I'm going to start at one end, and we'll just slice it all the way through. So I think we'll go halfway. Might as well we'll cut it all the way. So I like to give my bread a little push down. We'll make some room for the sandwich. I'll start with the bottom over here. Let's go with the mayo first. I'm using my favorite, Blue Plate. A brand new bottle of Blue Plate mayo. So I know some people don't love a lot of mayo, but I'm a big fan of mayo. When I was a kid, supposedly there was a story where I had asked my parents for a jar of mayo for Christmas. I liked it so much. I don't really remember that myself, but it does seem like something that I would do because I do love mayo. All right. Go ahead with the sriracha here. Actually, let's give it a nice shake. Make sure we get all those juices incorporated back in. Beautiful. All right, we'll get this out of the way. Push this back just a little bit. So I like a thin layer of lettuce, or I like it sliced thin. So that's what I did. I went ahead and took a really sharp knife and I tried to cut it as thin as I could. Same with my tomatoes, pretty decent size. Beautiful. I think we can do one more. We'll just kind of scoot everything up a little bit. So there's our mayo, sriracha, lettuce, tomatoes. Then I'm gonna scoot everything kind of over here, and we'll bring our pork belly, chicharron, and we'll just kind of slice through it. Wow, look how incredible that came out. That steam. I'll just kind of layer the pieces on here. You know what? A little taste test. So for the seasoning for the pork belly, I did Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. I haven't had it in a while. It's one of my favorite seasonings in the world. Oh my God. I know why. It's so good. So delicious. I just want to put it out there. I've never cooked a pork belly before. I've had pork belly burn ends in the past, but this is my first time cooking it. I've watched a few videos on how to do it, and just, you know, I jumped in the water and said let's get a pork loin. I mean a pork belly, and we'll go with it. We'll see what we can put together. Decided to go super simple on the seasoning, and we got our sandwich put together here. Get it nice and closed up. I'll move everything over here, and we'll give this a nice cut. And we'll give you that breakaway. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. That is my pork belly, lettuce, tomatoes with mayo and sriracha. Oh, you know what? We're not done here. I forgot an ingredient. We'll pull it apart. I forgot the avocado. Put a little avocado on there. Beautiful. So now we have pork belly, lettuce, tomatoes, mayo, sriracha, and avocado. Incredible. Let's give this a shot. Mmm. That's smoking. Wow. Mmm. Hands down, probably one of the best sandwiches I've ever made for myself. Probably one of the best, top 5 that I've ever had. Slice into one of these. Oh my God, the juice. Just the juice coming out of there. Look at the steam. Guys, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Gotta say, this is great. You should try to make this at home. You can do it too. I'm just learning. Never cooked a pork belly before. Watch a few videos. Show us how you do it. So, I'm loving doing it. I'm loving eating it. And that's smoking. That's about it. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you like my content. I'm trying to do more. Trying to learn how to do the video editing and everything. So, it's all starting to sort of come along. And of course, Crosby's here for his piece of the meat that I've cooked. You hungry? So anyway, thank you guys. This is amazing. That's smoking. And if you like the content, like, subscribe, share. Love you. That's smoking.